Yo, yo, yo. You know who it is. It's the Biggitty. Bossy Boss, Leeny, back. Cooking with what? Gas-0-Leeny. How you guys doing tonight? Well, for me, it's this morning. Hold on for the one time. That's right. And for the one time, for your mind. Boop. Boom. Yo, yo, yo. How you guys doing? Tonight for you, morning for me. Other side of the world. It's just after 10, well, pushing 11 now. I know I had the stream set for 10 a.m. My time. Is now about 10:40. I pushed it back 40 minutes. I ran and got my coffee, set everything up. For you guys, depending on which coast, East Coast, West Coast, it's 7:40, 8:40, 9:40. And shout out to the East Coast. For you guys, it's pushing 11 o'clock. It is 10:40. Here in the Philippines, where I'm at, Angeles City, is 12 hours ahead of New York. So when it's 10 a.m. here, it's 10 p.m. in New York, but we're ahead. So it's like the next day. So for me, it's almost 11 a.m. Sunday morning, Sunday. For you guys, it's still Saturday until midnight, right? You guys are still Saturday. For me, it's Sunday. Boss, it's in the future. So it's Saturday night for you guys and it's Sunday morning for me. I had to wake up, get my coffee. I got my friend over there. She's just going to have to be a little bothered. I have to turn on the lights. And I got to talk. So hopefully she'll get up before too long before I end the stream and freshen herself up. And she'll probably get on camera. But she's over there. Hold on for the one time. Hold on. Let me take this. Boop. Knocked out. Yeah. But yeah. You see how my night went, right? So we're gonna get into that. Thanks for everybody who did pull up. I know my brother, my little big brother, Richie Mac zoomed to Thailand. I know he's live right now. This is the slot he goes live in. Again, for him, it's Sunday morning. And I guess he goes 10 a.m. is Sunday morning in Thailand. And that's Saturday night. So right when I was sending out my alert, I saw Zoom was live. He got a couple hundred people in there. Looked like Razor Rays is not live, thank God. Shout out to my homie Razor Rays. Razor Rays always sucks all the oxygen out the room. Pause in a good way, right? But thank God Rays is not live. So I'm hopefully get a few more people, and hopefully, because this kind of is a special trip, hopefully I get more than my regular numbers, right? Not that I get a lot of numbers anyway, but hopefully I get a few more than my regular numbers. You know how people are. Just because the novelty that this is Big Boss first time in Philippines. I know a lot of passport bros. I don't know a lot, but I know other passport bros go to Philippines. But from my knowledge, and I've been a passport bro for 5 or 6 years now, Philippines is not like part of the big four, right? Shout out to Thailand. Thailand barely, I can't say barely now. Thailand kicked in the door to be part of the big four, right? Over the last few years since COVID. And I think a lot of that is to my little big brother, Richie Mac zoomed to Thailand. Thailand busted down the door to be part of the big four. going from the 2017, 2018-ish YouTube, right? It was the mighty DR, the mighty Dominican Republic, the mighty DR, Colombia, Brazil. DR, Colombia, Brazil, the big three. Fucked up big three. It's just big B, right? DR, Colombia, Brazil. And then as of the last, 3 or 4 years, Thailand busted down the door. So now Thailand is in the conversation. Big four. And I still don't think, and I'm going to get into it with me here now talking about it, Philippines will be part of the big five. I doubt it. But we'll talk about it. That being said, like I said, that not a lot of the bros, especially the bros, right? Not the white boy passport bros or the passport chads or brads, not the white, but the brothers normally, again, the brothers recently got on to Thailand, right? Recently, within the last few years, recently got on to Thailand, so let alone Philippines. It's basically, it's the same flight. You're talking about the same flight, same distance, especially that first leg. So, and that's one of the, right now, one of the biggest barriers you hear the brothers say, oh, the long flight, I can't fly that long. And this is one that always get me. If I fly that long, I have to stay a month to justify it. And so since I can't stay a month, I'm not going to fly that long. That's this most weirdest shit to me. But hey, everybody got their own mind. And I'm going to talk about that too. Everybody has their own mind. Remember that. I'm gonna circle back to that in regards to my brother. If you guys been following me recently, you know I came out here to Philippines with my blood younger big brother, right? Shout out to Richie Mac Zoom to Thailand, who I call my little big brother, but I'm talking about my blood brother, my real actual brother from America. Same mom, different dad, same mom. We came out here for my younger brother's birthday. It was in the middle of August, in a couple of days. He wanted to go to Asia. I tried to get him to go to the mighty DR. I really did. I tried to get my brother to go to DR, but my brother, he wanted to come to Asia. He said he wanted to see something he hasn't seen before. And what could I say to that? So in my mind, I wasn't planning to take no trips until a few months from now to October, because remember, on the books, I still have my trip to take. I'm going to Africa, believe it or not. Let me knock on some wood, if the good Lord say the same, I still plan to go to Africa. Big Boss is going to Africa in October, which is barely, 2 months, 3 months. So that's what my focus was. But my brother, bless his heart, my brother really wanted to go to Thailand for his birthday. So I said, let's go. And my brother paid for some of my flight. Yeah, we're going to come back to having your own mind, right? So again, not a lot of black passport bros come through Philippines. Now, in the groups I'm in, because I'm in a lot of groups, there are a few. They like Philippines. And then this is the one. Even the ones that do, there's always a pit stop before where? Thailand. So they come to Philippines, normally Angeles City, sometimes Manila, sometimes both. They come to Philippines as a pre-turn up. Philippines for a pre-turn up to go to the real turn up, which is in Thailand. So even then, the bros who do come this far, they really only come to Philippines as a pit stop. They come to Philippines as a pre-turn up before they go to Thailand. Not too many of us come here just for itself. So let me get to who we got in the room. We got some people up in here. Shout out to everybody. Yeah. Well, we're going to chop it up. We're going to break it up in a major way. And that being said, I see why. Now, again, the main the big three cities here in Philippines that a lot of the travelers go to, if it's not going to be Angel City, it's going to be Manila or Cebu with a C, not an S. CEBU, Cebu. Manila, Angeles City, Cebu. And I noticed in a lot of these places, man, they set up very similar. You always have like your three, right? I said this before, you know, when it comes to the mighty DR, you can't have a conversation and travel without a favorable mention to DR. When you talk about DR, you have your Santo Domingo, Sosua, Santiago. Of course, you got the others. Of course, you got Boca Chica, which is basically Boca Chica is kind of like Santo Domingo. And of course, you got your La Vega, you got your San Francisco, blah, blah, blah. Yep, Puerto Plata. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, okay. But still, the big three that we think about, even though up north in DR seems to be popping, but the big three, Santo Domingo, Sosua, and my brain escapes me, Santiago, right? And Thailand, the big three, right? Bangkok, Almighty Pattaya, and Phuket. Hell, you could say in Colombia, you got your Bogota, Medellin, Cartagena. Brazil, you have your Rio de Janeiro, Sao Paulo, Salvador Bahia. Here in Philippines, Manila, Angeles City, and Cebu. So it's very interesting that a lot of these countries are set up the same. Here in Philippines, Manila is the capital city. It's a turn up there. It's its own type of turn up. Manila is the capital city. Angeles City is like its own like little red light district. And then Cebu, kind of islandish or whatnot. So comparing that to Thailand, then Manila would be the Bangkok capital city. Angeles City is their Pattaya, their little red light turn up. And then Phuket would be their Cebu. All of these places, or if you go to Colombia with your Bogota, big city, but funny, you have your Bogota, big city, Medellin, big city, and then you have your Cartagena beach town. Blah, blah, blah. That being said, Philippines, Angeles City, my first time. Why is it my first time since I've been traveling? And I took that long flight 5 times before, now 6. I took that long flight. And Big Boss, I've been to Philippines. I've been to Thailand 5 times. All right, I'm still waking up, right? Remember, this is the morning for me. And even then, you see how I pushed it off. This is the morning for me. And believe it or not, we got in not too long ago, only a few short hours ago from the clubs. And I bet my bottom dollar some of those clubs are probably, well, they might just have stopped. Maybe just had stopped. We left the club at like 6:30 this morning, our time. We left the club at 6:30, and I was told that club goes to like 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. I'm like, what? You see my eyes still red. I still have not yet. Now it's been 2 days. I've been here only 2 days, 48 hours, or about, well, a little over 48 now. Now. I haven't caught up on my sleep yet, but you don't go on vacation to sleep, right? No matter how old you are or how many hours, how many jobs you work in the States to be able to afford the vacation. You don't waste your vacation sleeping all the damn time. So I really have not caught up on my sleep. And I'm ripping and running each time. And I'm still not even caught up, and I'm still ripping and running. even now, right? So I pushed this live back a little bit, got a few more extra winks, splashed water in my face, got some coffee. For you guys, it's nighttime, but for me, I just left the club not too long ago. They party hardy. Angeles City is a party town. It's a party town. They party hardy out here. Man, for real. For real, for real. Cold. Knocked her out. Power. Strong like bull. Shout out to Kasparov, the god of war. Absolutely. 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 Hey. Say hi. Yeah. Absolutely, God of War, Kratos. Absolutely, Kratos. Oh man, and that too, right? And that too. This is Big Boss, right? This is Big Boss, and that too. So again, leaving the club not too long ago, only 3, maybe close to 4 hours now. It might be 4 hours. We just left the club. Went to McDonald's, right? They have a 24-hour McDonald's. Got like some breakfast or whatever to soak up the alcohol we was drinking. Got some breakfast, showered, laid down. You know what it is. Then I set the alarm to wake up to do this. The alarm went off. I pushed the light back. The alarm went off again. So I splashed some water on my face and went and got some coffee. So that's what it is. Yes, sir. So oh man, you already know. You already know, man. Whew. And it's hot out here. And it's hot. God damn, it's hot. It's so hot, man. And muggy. It's like swamp hot. You get out the shower, bro. You get out the shower fresh and clean. Before you put on your clothes, you're sweating again. You're sweating from the top of your head. Probably me. My shoulders sweat a lot. My shoulders sweat. My forearms sweat. Then my back starts sweating. I said, wait a minute. So I'm taking the towel that I dried off the shower water, put on my little lotion or whatnot, put on my socks, put on my drawers, put on my pants. By the time I put on my pants, I'm sweating. I'm like, what the hell? So I take the towel, I just sat down. Now I'm wiping off sweat. So it's like I put my shirt on last, my t-shirts, but a lot of times I'm rocking different tank tops. So I make sure I wipe myself off again, and I put my shirt on last, and then go out. Walk out the room with all this air conditioning. I don't know if you can hear it buzzing. Soon as not outside, out in the hallway, outside my hotel door, in the hallway, muggy heat. I'm like, golly, outside? Where? Well, so it depends on the time of day, night. Not so much worse because you have the benefit of some wind coming through. But I gotta say the worst is probably that damn hallway. That hallway is muggy as hell. The room would be like that if it wasn't for the 2 ACs. I got a big giant fan. I might turn this fan down because I got the AC over there blowing her on the bed. It's a fan above me. They're kind of needed. I don't know how loud. I don't know if you guys can really hear it, but it is hot out here, bro. And I was kind of prepared for that because Thailand is hot. And the last time I've been to Thailand, which is last year, right? I went last year Songkran. I didn't go this Songkran. I went last year Songkran in April. It was hot, like beaming down hot, like cooking you hot. So it kind of worked that all that water play, even though it got on my damn nerves, it was almost necessary. It was so freaking hot. That sun, that Asian sun beating down on you. It's hot over here in Asia, bro. You know, it's hot. And maybe that's why some of these Filipinos and Thailand chicks and Cambodians and ladies from Laos, Laotians, some of them are very light brown. Light brown, right? You'll find a lot of that. You'll find a lot of that. It's not pasty white. They're not chocolate brown or even like coffee color brown, but they have some, they got a strong tan, built-in tan to them. Yeah. So I found out, shout out to Where's Milano. I found out after I booked this, me and my brother booked this trip. I found out that SF from San Francisco, right? I don't know where else. San Francisco, and I think they recently did it. I don't know how soon, but they have a direct flight from Frisco to Philippines, to Angeles City, Clark. So the airport to get here, Angeles City, is Clark International, and the code would be CLRK, I believe, or CLK, Clark. Like Clark Kent, Clark International. But I don't know if it's United, but whoever it is, they have a direct flight, one shot, Frisco to Clark. And I found out about that after we booked. That being said, we flew through on Eva Air. I flew through Eva Air a couple times, and we had a layover, a kind of lengthy layover. It was like we had a 13-hour flight, 13 hours from Frisco to Taiwan. 13, well, it was like 12 hours and 20 minutes, right? So it's booked for 13, but most of the time you make it just under, and sometimes it could be over, right? Depending on factors. So in your mind, just think 13 hours, and try to do it overnight. Leave at midnight, leave at 1 in the morning. I guess you could leave at 2 or 3 in the morning, but I guess a sweet spot would be to leave around midnight, 1 in the morning. Leave at night so you can sleep those hours on the plane, at least half of them, right? So yeah, so we did 13 hours from Frisco to Taiwan, and then from Taiwan to here was only a 2-hour flight. But guess what? The layover was 4 hours. I'm like, oh yeah. How is the layover 4 hours and the flight only 2? So 13 hours, 4-hour layover, 2-hour flight. Yeah. But we here. It's doable, right? It's doable. So stop crying and whining about these damn flights. Yeah, your eyes are going to be red, and you're probably not going to catch up on your sleep, but it is what it is. That being said, Philippines, they operate off pesos, which is cool. And their pesos is pretty low, bro. It's not even 20. It's not even 20 cents on the dollar. It's 17 cents on the dollar. So the Philippine peso is 17 cents on the dollar. So 1,000 peso is 17 US, 17 bucks. I just think 20 in my head, but it's not even 20. It's 17, 18-ish. And again, I'm the one that always said, right? You never get the Google price. Fat Joe made the famous saying, yesterday's price, not today's price. I always say, you never get the Google price. Yes, you look it up and you can Google it, and guys love showing that in the chat. Boss, and DR Sansua, this is it. I said, you never get the Google price. Well, I take that back. The closest you can get to the internet price is when you go to the ATM. When you go to the ATM, that's the closest you're going to get. Because if you go through any exchanger, the exchanger is there to what? Make money. So they got to make money on money. They got to make a profit. They're not going to set up a whole business. They spend their money. They set up a stand. They set up a whole business to give you one-for-one internet. That don't even make fucking sense. That don't even make fucking sense. They would set up a whole business to exchange money to give you the exact dollar that your ass pull up on Google. Well, Google says this. Yeah, I know what they say. Remember, y'all, old school Eddie Murphy movie Trading Places. And was he with Dan Aykroyd, whoever he was? Eddie Murphy, he was a bum. He was a poor bum in the street, but the rich guy gave him money. And then the one rich guy who was rich, and then he became a bum. He went to go pawn his watch, and it was some kind of fancy watch, like at least $50,000, if not $100,000. And the famous saying, "Here, the watch is worth $50." What? This watch tells time and in different time zones and it's titanium, blah, 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 blah. This watch is worth $50,000. Here, that watch is worth $50. Take it or leave it. Okay. I tell these guys all the time, I don't know why they love doing boss like that. They love throwing it in my face. Boss, the internet says this. Google says it. Dude, when you go to that Combio, when you go to an exchange, let alone at the airport, right? And I still think you should exchange some money at the airport. We say don't go crazy at the airport because typically the airport is going to have some of the worser exchange rates, right? So you want to kind of find a local money exchanger, a local Cambio. But I do say exchange some at the airport. Hello. You got to have some walking money, man. Don't just come out the airport with all USD. Hell no. You got to start from taxi cab on. If you're not Ubering somewhere or have a driver pick you up. And a lot of these airports, not all, they kind of hate on the Ubers or the Grabs or the Lyft, the ride shares. The airports kind of hate on them. And so they only really let the real taxis be at the airport, right? And a lot of times, you know, people do what they do, right? But I'm saying officially, many of these airports, these international airports, they be hating on the ride shares, and they only let the real taxis. So when you come out the airport, you should have some kind of walking money on you. You know, don't blow the bag, don't exchange the bag, but exchange at least $300, man. I mean, come on, man. And then once you get in country, and once you get your boots on the ground, find a local money exchanger that's going to give you a better rate. And again, when you go to the money exchanger is not going to give you the one-for-one Google rate. They have to make their profit. Woo, guys kill me with that. That being said, the money rate here on the Philippines is 17 cents to our dollar, not even 20 cents. So a 1,000 peso is $17, like $20. As far as I know, that's about on par, a little better than DR Sasua, and you know, with their peso. So 2,000 peso is $34. 3,000 peso is barely $50, right? Whereas, well, I have to double check for DR Sasua, who gives a damn. But so it's pretty cheap. So I know the question a lot of people ask it, we want to ask is how much normally? Believe it or not, as far as I know, this was gratis. Certain situation, club, kind of hook up, not street meet like I normally do or whatever. I will on my own self. I would, slide or something. But this particular thing right here. But before this, the 2,000 for the most part, 2,000 would get you going. And again, 2,000 is $34. 1,000 is $17. 2,000 is $34. So even if it's 3,000, you're talking like $54, right? In the clubs or whatnot, some of the girls would ask for 4,000, but even when they ask for 4, you can easily talk them down near the 2, but definitely the 3. I've heard, I talked to some guys. So I ran into some brothers, believe it or not, who live here. I ran into a few brothers who live here, and one, because they live here. So when they pay, right? When they pay or feel like paying, it's $1,500 for them. If not 1,000, it's $1,500. They probably not even doing 2,000, right? So, and again, 1,000 is $17. So it's the price for the P is pretty cheap, more or less. The ones who are going to try to hit you is they have their version of like go-go's, like they have they clubs or whatnot, and they're big on bar fining here, you know. So then the bar fines, now they can start running into the K's. The bar fines can be up to 7,000. I'm like, oh hell no, you got boss fucked up. I mean, at least 5,000, at least 5,000. But the crazy part about it, 5,000 is still not even quite 100, because the 1,000 is not 20, it's 17, it's just under. So even like we normally think kind of like, at least I do. I think on the level of DR Sasua. Again, you can't have a conversation without DR Sasua, right? You just can't. You can't have a conversation without DR Sasua. So in my mind, I think of every 1,000 peso as 20 US. So 1,000 is 20, you know, 2,000 is 40, 3 is 60, 4 is 80, 5 100, 5,000 is 100. Here, 5,000 won't even be 90. So it's similar, right? 5,000 will be like 86, 87, right? So to get over 100, it had to be 6,000. So in that regards, it's cheaper, Sasua. But then the thing is, the service goes way up. The service go up, and many times, not all, you can get multiple sessions, multiple smashes, where you got to kind of tell them to leave. They don't want to leave. So you didn't pay one price. You paid your one get your foot in the door price, and that one get your foot in the door price got you as long as you want, as long as you feed them, right? So that one getting the door price with food. We got a super chat from QB. Where is the receipts? Well, this is not really a receipt type stream, but I do, you know, I just so far I only got 2 in this trip so far, 2 days, right? But that being said, that's very slow for me. Y'all know that Big Boss, I am typically the robot monger. One thing of that, my first time here, is like I said on the stream before I came, it's been a long time since and that's what made it a little exciting, plus traveling with my brother, my real brother, doing, I mean, how many people travel with their brothers, right? That was kind of exciting, but it's kind of exciting to travel somewhere for the first time, because now these 4 or 5 countries I've been to, I just go back multiple times. I keep going back. So like I said, I did Brazil 5 times. I did Thailand 5 times. Going to be 6. It's going to be 6. I did Colombia 3. I did DR 5 times. So that's 20-something trips. So I keep going back to the same place. And I figured it was years since I did somewhere for the first time. And when you go somewhere for the first time, you got to kind of figure it out. It's different when you go 2 times and 3 times. But this is my first time. And it's very similar to Thailand and Pattaya, but kind of different too. So I noticed the nuance, and that nuance kind of is tripping me up. I'm learning it, but the whole thing is, this is only a pre-turn-up. Me and the brother was only coming to Philippines for 5 days before we go to Thailand. So like 7 days, right? So even then, it's still not a super long trip. I guess my brother was thinking we were going to do the whole 2 weeks of Thailand. But so blah blah blah. This Asia trip was my brother's idea for his birthday, right? Again, I tried to get my brother to go to DR because it was easier for me, right? Because I'm still going to Africa in 2 months. I tried to get my brother to go to DR. My brother want to go to Asia. I said, oh, yeah. He wants to go to Thailand because he saw me in Thailand. Oh, yeah. I've been to Thailand 5 times. And some of y'all ain't even went once. Hello. You call yourself travelers, but you're scared of a flight. Some of y'all ain't even went 1 time. I've been 5 times. So all of this is his idea. So I said, if we're going to Thailand, I want to include Philippines. I've never been. This would be number 6 for me. 6 Thailand. I want to include Philippines for the first time. The reason why I haven't been to Philippines is because of their COVID requirements. Boss is not vaccinated. Never have been. And Philippines has some very strict COVID rules that they recently released. They had their rules in place. Even if I wanted, as a matter of fact, I was going to. Last year, Songkran, Thailand Songkran, April 23. Do you know Philippines still had their rules in place? They just released them in July of 23. What? The whole world then moved on. The whole world then moved on. Shout out to Mexico. I don't think Mexico never shut down. So QB passport flexion, that's 1 point for Mexico. Okay, QB. QB passport flexion, loves him some Mexico. He is the Mexico defender. Mexico should give QB some tourist, part of the tourist budget, because QB passport flexion, he reps Mexico hard. I'll give Mexico credit. Mexico did not shut down at all. They kept that shit lit. They said, COVID, what? DR shut down for all of like 2 months. I remember. I think they shut down March, April. They was back up in July. I think they shut down from March to July, about 4 or 5 months. I remember because soon as they lifted, yes, when DR lifted July 1, I booked my flight from, I remember because the dates, I booked it from July 18th to July 31st. I booked my, and that was trip number 4. That was DR number 4. DR number 4 was July 18th to July 31st because they opened up July 1st. They shut down for 4 or 5 months. The whole world moved on. Philippines, they kept their rules in place till July 2023. I had did Songkran and everything with Thailand last year for the Rolling Loud. Shout out to Rolling Loud and Songkran. Rolling Loud Songkran in April 23. Philippines didn't release it to July 23. That's why I never came. I meant to. Since my very first trip. Since my very first Thailand trip in November, high season, 2019, before COVID, right? November 2019, I enjoyed Thailand so much. I said, okay, next time I come to Thailand, I would like to include Philippines because that's what a few brothers do. Not all, but the few brothers who do come to Philippines, they include it. They come to Philippines for a pre-turn up, then go to Thailand. I said, the next time I come. So we had, shout out to BKG. I don't know if he's in the building. Brooklyn BKG. Me and BKG, we had a trip planned and everything. As a matter of fact, he had his booked. I want to say it was 2020. I want to say March is something. He had his booked and paid for. I'm a last minute nigga. I didn't pay for it yet, but I was going to, right? I kind of was going to. Do you know, before I can book it, COVID happened and the world locked down in March of 2020. I'm sure BKG worked it out. He got his money back or got the credit. I didn't do it yet, so I fell back. So yeah, that was the first roadblock. It was planned. Now, I didn't pay for it, but it was planned mentally to come to Philippines March 2020. So it took 4 years. It took 4 years to get Boss to come here because of the COVID. So over those 4 years, I went to Thailand 4 more times, right? That first time in 2019. And then from that first time in 2019 to now, I still went back 4 times and make 5 times. So I went to Thailand 4 times while Philippines were locked down. So I'm like, I know Philippines have to be like, man, we're losing money. People are flying over us. People flying over us to get to Thailand, and we still locked down. Crazy. Blah, blah, blah. So that's why I didn't come. I really would have came, but they're COVID. So, and it's not like I'm taking an Asia flight every other month, right? It is a long flight. You got to plan these things out. You got to plan these Asia flights out long in advance. So if they would have been open in April, last year, I would have did what I'm doing now, basically, is what I'm saying. Had they been open at least January 1 of 2023, when I did Songkran last year, I would have hit Philippines as a pre-turn up. But even in April 23, Philippines was locked down until July 23. So it's barely a year. It's August. It's barely a year. It's just over a year or 13 months. They just been open. So that's why. That being said, I'm here now. And I figure if I'm going to come to the Philippines, I'm going to go to the Philippine version of Sasua. I'm going to go to the Philippine version of Pattaya. I'm going to go to the red light district of the Philippines, which is Angeles City. So their walking street, they have a walking street. They even have a sign. You see, I took a picture of it and I put it down there. They even have a sign. It's not lit up like Pattaya's walking street sign. And that actual street is called Fields Avenue. You know, it's a real street, Fields Avenue. And Fields Avenue is their walking street. They even have a sign calling it Walking Street. It's their version of Walking Street. And it's a far cry from the real Walking Street, right? And what makes it worse is they're working on the road. I hear that at one point the roads was nice, almost as nice as it is in Pattaya, but they're upgrading it. So right now it kind of looks bombed out. The road looks bombed out. There's holes everywhere. They're digging it up. There's piles of debris everywhere, right in the middle of a nightclub or a bar, right? So on both sides of the street, you have various bars and clubs with women out front, you know, trying to get you in. So kind of very similar to Walking Street, Pattaya, right? On the Fields Avenue / Walking Street. They have the bars and the clubs on both sides. The street itself should be called Beirut Street because it's all bombed up and catered and caked up and crazy. So it's wild. It's a big drinking culture over here. Everything revolves around drinks. So this is the one thing that I have to get used to is Soy 6. Shout out to Jason Fence in here. He's basically been trolling my chats the last few streams. There you go. You've been doing the same one. He's been trolling my chats since before I left the States. And yes, when I go to Thailand, Pattaya, I will go to Soy 6, okay? I will go to Soy 6. I'm not even in Thailand. I'm in Philippines. Philippines don't have a Soy 6. They probably got their version, and I still have to find that. But I bring that up because on Soy 6, those little bars, those girly bars, which is a million of them on both sides of the street, right? You go in, you know the vibes, you know, You buy the lady drink, the customary lady drink. You chop it up, you vibe with a chick, you buy her the little $3 or $4 drink, right? I think those drinks are like $4. They're not even $5. They're either $3 or $4. But a lot of times they want multiples and this and that. And then after you buy her at least one drink, but I think customarily they'll like you to buy her 2 drinks, right? So $8. After you buy some lady drinks and sit down and talk for like 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes or lesser, you can go upstairs to the upper room. Almost all those bars on Soy 6 have rooms upstairs for you know what. That's part of the business practice. Perfect for married men, right? So you go there, hey, I'm just going to the bar for a drink. And you're technically not lying. It's a bar, a real bar with drinks. But they also have smash rooms upstairs too. Also, right? So here they don't. It's none of that. It's none of that. You go in, you have a drink, drinks and more drinks. No smash rooms on premises. No smash rooms on premises. Here, you go into any kind of bar. It's just for the drinks or whatnot and the vibe. And almost basically 100%, you pretty much have to bar fine them all out. You have to bar fine. And the bar fine, you pay the establishment, you pay the mama sign, you pay the business, you pay them so the lady can leave with you. Normally for a day or half a day, right? It ain't, you bar fine them, you really ain't bar fining for no 1 hour. You're bar fining for about half a day. And so that's their get down. But that's if you're sourcing the ladies from the clubs and from the bars. So the main thing to do is go to like 1 or 2 of the bigger nightclubs, kind of meet so-called regular chicks, and most likely they're probably still going to be a freelancer. They're going to be a freelancer, but they're just inside the club partying. They don't work for the club. You know what I'm saying? They are a regular chick or a freelancer chick that's just inside the club partying, and you just kind of rap with her, talk to her, and get her to bounce with you. A la what I did right there. Or they do have straight up pros on the street. But normally the pros is funny. They're not what it's a few stragglers are along the walking street, but most of them is going to be just outside that sign. You see that sign say walking street? Now, mind you, Fields Ave is long. Fields Ave is long. And it's the last portion of Fields Ave before it turns the back end, which is behind me, because I'm literally right on Fields Ave. Fields Ave is right there. So this hotel I'm staying is right on the spot. And the back end of Fields Ave is like a little highway, what they call a highway, and it goes that way. So the front end, before you get under this walking street sign, all that part of Fields Ave is where the streetwalkers speak. The streetwalkers, freelancers that just hang out, you know. So basically, and they kind of call that perimeter road for whatever reason. It's perimeter road. So you go out from this walking street to the perimeter road. When you get to perimeter road, you see a lot of. I haven't really even been out there. This is only my second day. Now I'm going into my third day. I just been rocking the clubs. I got contact. I had some links before I even came. Shout out to homies, you know, shooting me contacts and whatnot. So I had some links already. I've been working the clubs. Haven't really did any streetwalkers that would be way down on perimeter road. So I'm still learning the vibe, mind you. Only 2 days in, and I'm learning this. But even though it's only 2 days, I get it, and that's nothing, right? It's not a week, it's not 2 weeks. I still see this has nothing on Patia at all. It don't. It don't. It don't. And I think almost everybody would agree with me that been to both, because there's a reason why they call it themselves. They call it the pre-turn up. There's a reason they call it a pre-turn up. It's not the ultimate turn up. It's just a pre-turn up, but it's cool. And the best thing about it is that, again, the peso is low. The peso is low to the dollar. Not even 20, not even $20. 17, 17. So a thousand peso is $17. You can get it for 2,000, which is $34. That's almost old school DR Sasua when it was 1,500 peso, with a 1,500 peso with $30, right? So it's along those lines. I talked to an expert brother, said he picked up one on the perimeter road. Remember, just outside of the walking street part of fields, past walking street fields of perimeter. He picked up one on perimeter, 1,500 pesos. So that's $25. Because 2,000 is 34. So 15 was what, 27? I don't know. So, and then you can come up sometimes on chicks like this in the club. Facebook, I hear Facebook works almost as good or better than Tinder out here. This culture out here, you can really, really come up on Facebook. Like all those links I talked about, Facebook. So it's cool and it's laid back. I can see why some people like it, and I can see why they like both. The retired old white guys, this is probably a good vibe for them. I can see that. And I can see how some brothers say it can be a pre-turn up, because there's a lot of similarities to Thailand and a lot of differences too, right? So that being said, so let me I'm gonna go through some of these chats just because, like I said, you normally know what I say, but I do it at my discretion. That's the thing. If you want me to read your chat, and I guess shout out to QB, he's the only one that sent one for $2, the lowest super chat, because he wanted to ask me about damn receipts. I got a chick laying in the bed right there. He want to ask about receipt, so he paid $2 so he can ask me about a receipt. If you want me to really read your chat, make it a super chat. But at my own discretion, I go through some of these. So you were saying, Mark L., you should tell your people to not waste time in those bars. Now, most of the girl bars are Koreans, and the girls don't even look at white men anymore. So before I came, right, again, I'm in these groups, and I've been in these groups for years, right? I've been in these groups, I can say technically, before I start traveling. Yeah. Shout out to WTU. WTU, World Traveler United. WTU. Got in that group before I had a passport. And when I got the passport, I was so happy. I showed it to everybody in the group. And then I took my very first trip to DR Sasua for Halloween in 2018, 1,000 years ago, right? 2018. But being in these groups, you hear a lot of stuff, even before you go there, right? And so you hear a lot of stuff from different people's perspective. That's why you want to go somewhere yourself, so you can see yourself. The people say what they say, but you want to see. So what I would hear about Philippines and Kansas City, they said that the Koreans run this. They say the Koreans get to the bars first. They get to the bars early. And at the bar fine, the way it works here, there's really no rooms upstairs to smash like Soy 6, Thailand, Pattaya. Here, you basically just have to bar fine them out. The Koreans show up first. They bar fine. They overpay. They pay the most, and they overpay on purpose. I heard that the Koreans overpay on purpose to try to basically squeeze other people out, believe it or not. That's what I've heard. That's what I hear. That the Koreans don't have a problem. The Koreans will purposely overpay to kind of push you out the way. And so the Koreans show up early and they get the prettiest girls. Since I've been here for a day or two, I be seeing, to be honest, I don't know exactly. I can't really tell too much difference from a Korean to a Japanese. I kind of can for Chinese a little bit, I think, and I still could be wrong, right? This might sound bad. I hope, YouTube so sensitive. I hope like the racial stuff don't get me in trouble. I, I'm one of the few that can get away with talking about sex talk on YouTube. I can't. Other people get messed up. I don't. But it's funny. I don't get dinged for the sex talk. I get dinged for the racial talk, right? Oh, you're being racist. The Chinese, to me, seem to be a little fatter, puffy face, rounder. The Japanese are slimmer, skinnier face, similar to Koreans. So, but here, I understand it won't be a lot of Japanese. So if they're slimmer, it's probably the Koreans. So nine times out of 10, it'll be the Koreans. What I'm gonna say is Korean-looking Asian guys. I don't know what the hell they are, right? I don't know if they're Korean, Chinese, whatever. Asian guys, but that doesn't look Filipino. Where they look like either the Korean or the Japanese or whatever. Those type guys, I see them walking around with model-looking Filipino chicks. Boom, right there. That's what I see. So again, before I came, I would always hear, in the groups, I'll always hear, oh, the Korean guys, the Koreans get the best ones. The Koreans pay that extra money. The Koreans get there early. The Koreans bar find the best ones. I've been here. Them Korean-looking guys, whatever they are, they look Korean guys, be walking around with model-looking Filipina chicks, right? That similar to Thailand was what I noticed, that dynamic. Normally, the prettier the face, if the face is very pretty, like a China doll, then they're probably going to be more smaller. And no offense, if the face is not quite as cute, but not ugly, right? But if the face is not as cute, then it might be thicker. I don't know what that's about. But I've noticed that over the years. Now, I've been going to Thailand since 2019 to Thailand. And I'm seeing here a little bit here. Normally, the pretty face is a slender body. The so-so face, thicker body. These Korean-looking guys walking around with pretty face, slender chicks. I guess so. Oh, man. Okay. Speaking of the super chats, I got 2 back-to-back. WG, $2. Would you go? That's the one. In my thinking about this, what I was going to say, I was actually going to touch this because the similarities. So thank you for the $2. I'm about to come back to that. Yeah, you're a sharp dude. You're a sharp dude. Thank you, WG. WG, would you rather go to Philippines, Angel City, or DR Sasua? Highlander. Shout out to Highlander 2016, $2. Glad to see you. You enjoying yourself, big boss. Yeah, enjoying myself, more or less. It's all covered up now. It's all covered up now. It's all covered up. The cool part about it, she said she was down to be on camera. Gotta mess my camera up. That's what I get. All right, that's what I get. Yeah. Oh man. But to come back to WG. To come back to Oh, okay. Yeah. So what are your thoughts? I'm about to get to it. Well, Mega Dance. That's where I got her. Mega Dance. And to me, from what I think, Mega Dance is king around here. There's other bars. And so right now I'm at half of my trip, believe it or not. This is only 5 days, man. This is a quick pre-turn up on my way to Thailand. It was a pit stop. We only in Angel City for 4 nights, 5 days, 4 nights, and last night was night number 2. So I have 2 more nights. So I'm in the middle. It's not a lot of time, right? So now I might poke my head into some other places and be ready to at least buy a drink at each place I go into, because it's all about buying drinks. And I'm not even the biggest drinker, but from what I see, the king of the block here is Megadance. Megadance here, Megadance in Angeles City is their 808. Megadance is their 808. And their flex would be Club Elite. So the vibes is you walk way down into the sign. It's actually right by the sign. You walk way down to the sign, down Fields Ave. So you pass everything, and everybody know where you're going, because that's the jumping spot. Everybody go to Megadance. You go to Megadance. It gets popping a little before midnight. 11, 12 midnight, 1 in the morning is popping. It goes to like 3:30, almost 4 in the morning. And then everybody migrates. It looks crazy. Everybody migrates from Megadance and they migrate to Club Elite. But Elite is a lot smaller. So then Elite gets packed. And I believe, well, it was confirmed they are owned by the same people. I thought so because it'd be the same security. They'd be wearing the same shirt, buff Filipino guys wearing a security shirt. It'd be the same security that be over there. It's owned by the same person. So it's a good setup for them. It's a good business plan. However, they got it worked out, because people are trained and programmed to leave Mega Club and migrate to Club Elite. That's the get down. And so Megadance is lit. Man, I got a bunch of footage of Megadance. That's all on my membership. Megadance is lit. Megadance is their 808. There's a whole street full of clubs. They even have a Lucifer's bar, a Lucifer club out here, right? Just like the Thailand people know that in Pattaya, one big famous bar is the Lucifer club. Now, I just can't go into a club called Lucifer, right? I hear it's lit, but I'm not going in there. So I don't know if this is probably the same owner, but just like the Lucifer bar or the Lucifer club in Thailand, Pattaya, they have a Lucifer club right here on their walking street. So this walking street is lined with bars and clubs. And who has time to go in all of them, right? Because anyone you go into, almost all of them, right, free entry, but they just expect you to buy a couple of drinks, a drink or 2 or 3, right? And I get that. But one, it adds up. But I guess, as long as you spend the money, and buy water, soda, Red Bull, whatever. And you go into the club. So yeah, but the Megadance is lit. The Megadance is lit. Last night we had a section. Me and my brother, we had a section, and that's where she came from. She came out of the section that me and my brother had in Megadance. And then we left Megadance, and then we basically got a section in Elite. But then I left at like 6:30 in the morning, pushing 7 a.m., and they were still partying hard. And I hear that Club Elite goes to at least 10 a.m. I'm like, wow. I said, that is on some patio shit. So it is what it is, man. It is what it is. All in all, I say this Angeles City, it's okay. So to come back, I didn't forget to bring it back around to WG. That's a very good question. That is very good. They both operate on the peso. Very close, matter of fact. 1,000 Philippine peso is $17, right? So 5,000 is not 100. 5,000 is like $87. And I know 5,000 DR pesos is close to 100. Now, you're talking about women. It's kind of hard to beat the look. Look. Shapes, booty, ass, all the shit. Booty everywhere. It is hard to beat the looks of those chicks in DR Sasua. You seen the creep cams. Shout out to the creep camera. Shout out to the Sasua creep cameras. You seen the creep cam. We all seen the creep cams. Yo, I've been there 5 times. I've been to DR Sasua 5 times, right? For 3 birthdays. You know, I brought 3 birthdays in. So if anybody could talk about DR, I could talk. And I'm not an East Coast dude. I'm not an East Coast dude or Florida dude that's 3 hours away, right? I'm not. I don't live in New York and go to JFK, and the DR is 3 hours away. The DR is New York's backyard. I'm coming from Cali. So even for me, get to DR, it's still, I'm flying 6 hours, right? From Cali to Florida. I'm flying 6 hours, and then that quick 90-minute down. 7, 8 hours, 9 hours layover, right? I'm not New York or down south. It's not in my backyard, hop, skip, and jump. For me to get DR, I have to fly across the country to still get to DR. That being said, we know what them DR women look like. We know what they hit for. I had 3 birthdays there. 2018, 2019, and 2020. I was 46 going. I turned 47. I turned 48. And I even turned 49. I turned 49 in DR. In 2020, when I turned 50, I turned 50 in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. I said I wasn't going to have 4 birthdays. 4, huh? Yeah, I wasn't going to have 4 birthdays in DR. I had 3. I had 3 birthdays. 3 birthdays and 2 other random times. 3 birthdays, 1 Super Bowl, in that time in the summer when they opened up from COVID. 5 times. I did DR 5 times. So I could talk about DR. Now, I haven't been to DR in years. So you can say my information is outdated. But can you say it's outdated when I'm in these groups? When I'm the admin of several groups, I'm Big Boss. I'm in a lot of these groups. Shout out to Finger. I'm actually in 2 of Finger's groups. He put me in a while back. I'm actually in 2 of Finger's groups. Finger, right? I'm in these groups. I'm in these streets. I'm lurking. So is my information really outdated? Well, boss, everybody experiences it, and it is. Do you speak Spanish? If you can speak Spanish, you winning. You winning. I'll tell you that. Hell, if I spoke Spanish, I'll be going to DR Sasua more. If you speak Spanish, you winning. Everybody experience is different. The overpayer ballers that like to overpay and pay too much money, they have a different experience. I bet they do. I bet they do have a different experience. They overpay. They overpay and pay way too much money. I bet they do. And they can have it. So it's going to be different for everybody. We know how they look. Them DR Sasua chicks, thick. Why do you think I went 5 times? Thick. But I always say this. Many American women are thick, like a lot. For the most part, yes. Does the West and America have an obesity problem, have a fast food problem, have a microwave problem, have a eat too much junk food, processed food, don't work out, exercise? Does American culture have an overweight problem? Yes. That being said, America, which is a melting pot of itself, everybody wants to come to America, which is a melting pot. America has very good-looking women. I always said that. So that was never one of my things, passport bro, as far as the looks. And shout out to little bit bro Richie Mac Zoom. That's one of his his go-to statements. What he say? It's not the hardware, It's not the hardware, it's the software. It's the attitudes. It's the entitlement. It's that mouth. It's that mouthy attitude. The attitude and the entitlement and the personality. That's off. It's the software. Body-wise, America, well, again, you got tripped. I'm from California, right? Bay Area, California. Lived a few years in Southern California, Los Angeles. So Cali got him anyway, right? America got good-looking women. USA, America got good-looking women. But sometimes it's not about the looks. It's about how they treat you. It's about the service. It's about their mind frame, their attitude, right? Their entitlement, their mouth and their attitude. But they look good. American women look good, but it's their attitude. DR Sarsua. They look good. Big booties and all the shit. We seen it. For the creep cam. We seen the creep cam. We see the big booties. In the different rainbow color leotard tights. You know? The rainbow different color big booty, walking around on the beach. We see it. They look good. But how's the attitude? How's the service? And how about those prices? What I say is PSA. PSA. Prices, service, and attitude. Prices, service, and attitude. And all three, I don't even know which one to put above the other. Maybe price. That's why the P is first. The P for the P. The P for the P, the price. Price, service, and attitude. So if we're doing a PSA scale for the price, service, and attitude, Sasua, even if the peso is on par with the Philippine peso, the DR Sasua chicks want more of them. And even quoting USD. So far, I have not heard one person, let alone a chica, quote USD here. They all talk peso. Even the chicas, the girls, the women, they don't talk USD. They don't talk to you in USD. It's peso. Now, if you're in a go-go, they might talk a high peso, but at least it's peso. They don't talk USD. You go to DR Sasua, they talking USD right in your face. And would say dollars. And they can't even say dollars. It's so funny. They say dollars. Oh, Bobby, $100. $150. That's $150. What is dollars? First of all, you should be talking in peso. So you want 5,000 peso? And then they get so cold with it. Man, they get so cold with it. They pull out their little phones, and sometimes it's an iPhone. They go to the what's the name? And the 5,000 peso, and it's not 100 no more, right? It's not. The 5,000 peso is not 100. So for them to get the 100, they will quote you that in peso. I'm like, wow. So here it is. You thinking even if you're going to pay close to 100, okay, I'm going to give you 5,000 peso, which I never do. But I'm going to give you 5,000. That's kind of 100-ish. 5,000. They will stop, check your temperature, say no. Yes, that's 5,000, but I want $100. They'll stand on the USD. You're not American. Hold on. Who is the American citizen here? I could swear that I have an American passport, and I could swear that you're a Dominican citizen. You live here. How are you talking to me and demanding with an attitude? How are you demanding 100 US? Like a block, 100 US. When I offer you 5,000 peso, which is way too much, the locals don't pay that. The locals ain't paying no 5,000. I'm giving you 5,000, but you know the exchange rate, 5,000 is not really 100. You pull out your phone to calculate what 100 is, and you want that. I I can't. Maybe when I speak Spanish, I get them to get back on track to pay. So I can't. You guys love it. Just like guys love Medellin. No matter how many guys get drugged and scoped and kidnapped, guys, I come to notice if a guy loves something, there's no amount of words that can deter it. Common sense would not penetrate the skull. It won't. I don't care. I don't care what it is. If they dead set on Medellin, no, you can throw all the numbers you want about guys getting scopamine, and not even scopamine, getting straight kidnapped. I'm like kidnapped, like jacked up, kidnapped, like wrapped up, kidnapped, thrown in the car, kidnapped, found, chopped up, all of that, bank account empty, all of that. You will have guys that will argue you down very passionately. Oh, American cities ain't safe either. You got it, bro. So if you have that level, you will always have, for every country, you'll always have those type, like a type, right? Type shit. You'll always have that type. So you got that type for Sasua. You do. You got that type for Sasua. And you can have it. So yeah, them girls are thick. They have the bodies that we like. They do. They have the DR Sasua. They have the bodies that we like. But America got the bodies too. Low key, American women got the bodies. A lot of them. I'm in the workout culture. You probably can tell. I go to the gym. You should see the women I see in the gym. I go to the gym. I work out. I go to the gym. I have a gym culture. I go to the gym. You should see the women I see in the gym. Women got bodies. Well, you got to speak to them. So for me, price, service, and an attitude. Asia wins all day. Even Philippines. And this is my first trip. Only 2 days. First trip, 2 days. I was still, now, Sasua wins for other reasons. And there is times where a Sasua will make sense. And I said this before too. You know, it has to make sense. There are times when a DR Sasua will make sense. Especially it's so close. It's not fucking 18, 20 hours away, right? 20 hours around the world. It's daytime here and it's nighttime there. You're in the future, 13, 14 hours in the future, flying 2-3 flights. Okay, it makes sense. Good weather. And because it's so close, a lot of bros can converge there, you know, for certain dates, especially Halloween. Halloween being a big one. Halloween and Super Bowl. A lot of brothers from all over the states. East Coast, down south, Midwest, California. A lot of bros from all over the states can all converge and kick it and hang out in DR Sasua like a honeycomb hideout. To me, that's hella dope. To me, that is still one of the dopest features about DR Sasua. The camaraderie, the brotherhood and camaraderie. And I guess it's because it's close, it's relatively close, closer to some than others, right? California, New York. But because it's relatively close, a lot of bros from the States can go there and hang out and kick it. Dope. And there's females there, right? With high prices, poor service, trash attitude. But at the end of the day, it's pussy there. It's pussy to be fucked. There's pussy to be fucked. And the bros can hang out. So in certain times, that will make sense. It will. And I always say, DR Sasua is a perfect training ground for new passport bros. I think new passport bros should start in DR Sasua. Now, yes, I did that. And I'm not saying just only because I did that, right? But it makes sense. If it makes sense. right? Because you're going to get the perfect level of pushback. Shout out to Iggitty 510. A week ago now, yeah. Last Saturday, before I left, I had the in studio interview with Iggitty. You know, I turned my living room, my living room is a studio since my son moved out, right? Shout out to son. My son got his own place, right? Since my son moved out, my son was living in my living room. I turned my living room into a studio. I had Iggitty over, and we was chopping it up. And when I said what I said, you know, Ice countered. He made good points. He made good point. I disagree, but he made good point. He said that he think Iggitty 510 thinks one of the better training wheels for new passport bros is Asia. Because, and he said Thailand. And I guess meaning Pattaya, because it's so easy. And it is very easy. You know, the girls are very cooperative. There's not much they won't do for cheap, low, sometimes free, depending on the vibe. Very easygoing. It's like the food is good, blah, blah, blah. So the ease of use. And I was like, Mr. Ice, that's fine and good. But the thing about a boot camp ain't supposed to be easy. Training, a boot camp training grounds, you're supposed to be under fire a little bit, right? You see, you got to crawl under that razor wire, you know, in the mud. You got to crawl under the wire. You got to jump, go through the tires. You got to climb up the wall. You got to run. You got to march up the hill with the sack. Training ground is not supposed to be easy. Duh, I'm literally saying that. Sosua makes a good training ground because those DR Sosua chicas are knucklehead for the most part. Shout out to the few who's not, right? Not all. Shout out to the few who's not, but most of them are. Because they are knucklehead. Because they're going to try you with the games, right? Because they are going to quote you one price. If you're not slick, they're going to get in the room and they're going to switch up the other price. So you better have had the negotiation screenshotted, right? Because while you're out there now, even more than the chicas, you got to worry about the beggar dudes, the dudes who walk with you, all the shit. That's why I said what I said. It's not supposed to be fucking easy. DR Sosua offers a good level of resistance, a good level of bullshit that would train a new passport bro for almost anywhere. Incidentally, Colombia Medellin is too advanced, it's too hard for a newbie. I will go a step further and I would say Colombia Medellin, now not so much Cartagena or Bogota yet, but Colombia Medellin is down there too hard for most vets. You got a trip. Nobody, almost nobody, in the history of life, nobody thinks nothing bad is going to happen. It don't work like that. Nobody think nothing bad is going to happen. You never think that, right? You don't think a plane is going to crash when you get on it. When you get in your car driving to work, in your mind, you think you get in your car, you're going to work. That's it. I had a car accident a few months back. I didn't really talk about it on YouTube much. I had a car accident a few months back. Boom. The job I was going to wasn't even 15 minutes away from my house. Right when I'm pulling into the parking lot, I'm making a turn to go into the parking lot. Car basically run to the intersection, hit me in the back. Boom. Right? Now, 1, 2, I do security. Most of you guys know that. I do security with a gun, with a pistola, pew pew. So in my mind, I'm ready for bullshit every day. And I hope it doesn't happen. blah, blah, blah. Why I'm saying all this? Because you don't really think about bullshit. So in your mind, you think it's going to be okay. I'm saying guys that go to Medellin, I'm sure they think it's going to be okay. Nobody, the last 10 guys who got drugged, I would bet somebody $1,000. I would bet anybody $1,000 US. The last 10 guys who got drugged in Medellin did not think they were going to get drugged in Medellin before they went. The last 10 guys who went to Colombia, Medellin on vacation, they had to, I don't know if they're real passport bros, you know, because a lot of different guys are going. I don't know how tapped in on YouTube they are. But even the State Department put out blanket information. So even if you're not like in our little circle, this little thing of ours in our little circle, just regular world, the State Department says XYZ on the freaking news. I'm sure those last 10 guys at least heard about scopings and stuff. At least heard about scopings. They heard about it and they went anyway. I bet $1,000 US. Not one of them thought it would be them. It can't happen to me. It happens to him or them or they. It's not going to happen to me. I'm just lit. I'm going to book my flight. I'm going to go. I'm going to Medi. I'm going to Medellin. I'm going to be lit. It's not going to happen to me. I bet the last 10 guys thought that. In their mind. They just go on vacation. They going 1, 2, 3 weeks, going back home. That's what they thought. Reality. I'm driving to work. Not even 15 minutes. Pulling into the thing. Boom. Golly, what the fuck, man? I wouldn't have thought that. I'm driving to work. I'm almost there. Boom. You don't think that. So I'm sure they thought that. So I'm saying blah, blah, blah. Just because you think that, no, reality is something different. Okay? That being said, Colombia, Medellin, in my opinion, even for the vets who want to play on Madden hard mode and want to go and want to argue you down, big American cities are worse and blah, blah, blah. Okay, for you guys that still want to fight, that's for you. You guys are the elite. Hats off to you. Okay, you guys are the elite super trooper dupers. Regular passport bros don't need to be fucking around. Right? They don't need to be fucking around. That's too advanced. Right? But the passport bros could start in DR Sasua because it offers them a good level of resistance, a good level of bullshit. New passport bros probably shouldn't start in Asia because it's too fucking easy, right? Now you're babying them. Now you're babying them, and it's not good to baby somebody. When you get out here in real life, it's not good to baby people. You need to be exposed to some shit, right? I mean, look at the kids who grew up in the hood and look at the kids who grew up in suburbs. Sometimes you need to be exposed to some shit. So that's why I said what I said. DR Sasua makes for a better training grounds to train you up in the way you should go. But anyway, that's a very good question, man. Would I rather go to Philippines or Sasua? Now being here in Philippines now, right now, only being here for like 2 days. It's going on my third day. Barely just over. I got here on Friday. It's Sunday now. Only been here a couple days. I haven't even been to the mall yet. I plan to go to the mall today, the SM Mall. Baby homegirl. Hey, you want to go to the mall later? You want to go to the mall? You ain't sleep. I see your eyes. I might hang with her a while later. Go to the mall. It's places I haven't even been. I only been here 2 days. And this vibe is still a whole lot. It's Asia vibe, right? Because I did Thailand, I get this. This is a lesser Thailand. And, you can win. Takes some getting used to. Slower in some ways. I mean, they got, they got the girls are on the apps. They got Tinder out here. They got Tinder and Bumble. Tinder and Bumble works real good out here. Tinder and Bumble. Tinder and Bumble. But Facebook is king, really. Facebook, Tinder, Bumble. Walk and talk and meet and greet. Clubs, bars, perimeter road. Hey, JT just became a member. Shout out to you, man. So, thank you. So, just yesterday, I uploaded a lot of stuff, and I put it on unlisted. I'm going to dump it. Sometime today, I'm going to dump it on my members. I just kind of, the way I like to set everything up, I want to put everything chronological as I build it up. So I have a lot of stuff already uploaded on YouTube, unlisted, right? It's not on my main page. It's not going on my main page. It's going to the members. It's not in there yet because I haven't unlisted because I want to organize and put it up. And then I even got more footage last night that's going in the members. So shout out. You guys join my members, man. Join my members. It's real talk. Got a couple more days here. And when I go to Thailand, I'm about to be lit. Y'all know how I do. And this would be, and funny, this Thailand will break the mold. I said I got a three-way tie right now. It was going to be broke next week, but DR 5 times, Brazil 5 times, Thailand 5 times. 5, 5, 5. And so I'm about to break that three-way tie, and three-way tie with Thailand. It's going to be 6. But then next year, February for the carnival, I plan to go to Brazil for the carnival. So that'll be 6 for Brazil. DR, for DR to get that 6, I don't know how DR going to get that 6, man. It's going to be a hard 6 for DR. The only way I see DR getting that 6 is it got to be something with the Willies. Shout out to the Willies. I know the Willies. Shout out to Iggitty 510, and the Willies. I know they go into DR for this Halloween, and you know what? Were it not for Africa, believe it or not, I say it here. Were it not for Africa, I would bite the bullet and I would go to DR for Halloween to be with the Willies. Because, boss, I am a Willie, believe it or not. Iggitty made me a Willie a while ago. So I'm one of the oldest Willies. So you want to know what a Willie is? You got to ask Iggitty 510 from Oakland, California. Make sure you subscribe to Iggitty 510. He's almost at 10K. He ran it up. I had him on my channel when he hit 1,000, and he just blew right past me. He blew from 1,000 to 5,000. Had a hellified short that got him to 8, and now he's pushing 10K. So shout out to Iggitty 510 and the Willies. They're going to be doing it big in Sasua for Halloween. If I wasn't going to Africa, I would go to Sasua for Halloween. So that's probably how DR is going to get number 6 out of Boss. But right now, the three-way tie, Brazil, DR, Thailand, 5, 5, 5. I'm about to break that tie with Thailand, number 6. And then for Carnival next year, that's going to be number 6 for Brazil. So footage on footage on footage. Make sure you guys join my members only. Probably later, what I probably really would do when those sleepyhead wakes up, get her on camera. That'll be a members only. Remember, it's still early. It's nighttime for you guys, but it's daytime for us. And we're not too long leaving the club. And even me, be honest, if I wasn't doing the stream, I'd be laying right next to her still. Look at my eyes. We left the club not too long ago. They're probably still right now. I know now they probably stopped now. But you think they still at the club? You think they still at the club? Nah, not now. Yeah, man. They party out here, man. They party. Shit. Man. We left one club. We left the Mega Dance and then went to Elite. And my brothers are ordering up drinks. I said, bro, hold on, man. So we kicked it at Elite for like an hour or so. Then we left about 6:37 a.m. Man. So yeah, it's lit. It's lit. It's a different vibe. So, like I said, the thing about the first 48 is the first 48. It's only 2 days, right? It's not 1 week. It's not even 2 weeks. What can and you know, some people move faster than others, right? So some people cover a lot of ground in 48 hours. You know, some people cover a lot of ground in 24 hours. I admit that I admit that you know, I was slow motion on this one. You know, a 13-hour flight. I was slow motion on this one. But yeah, it's only been 2 days, right? So far I only had two. I had a link. I had a link off Facebook that I was already talking to before I got here. I had a link off Facebook, and I have my friend right there. Man, that's it for the 2 days. Right. You know, those numbers are going up. Those numbers are going up in Thailand. And that's why I'm not even tripping, because, you know, I still have Thailand around the corner, right? So I'm not trying to blow my wad, if you know what I'm saying. I'm not trying to blow my wad here in Philippines, and we're going to Thailand on Tuesday. So I'm in observer mode, trying to figure out the vibes. You know, shout out to people in the different groups. Some of the few guys who have been here, they've been putting me on game. I've been listening to some of the information. Some of the information, I'm a knucklehead. I haven't been following it, but I appreciate the information. I still appreciate it. Some guys been trying to put me on game about how to move in the Philippines. I'm figuring out for myself. And I've only been here 2 days. This should be number 3. So it's not a lot, but I'm just telling you, so far, the vibes are cool. The vibes are cool. The peso is a good price on the dollar. You know, the peso is a good price on the dollar. You can pretty much get what you want for the 2,000 peso, which is 34. Even if they ask for 3,000 peso, it's like the 50 something, and at that point, that's long time, man. They're gonna be with you until you tell them to go, right? So all of that, hurry up and buy, hurry up and nut, get up and go. You know, it's not a lot of that here. There's not a lot of that here. That's definitely way over DR, which is so transactional. It's like, leche papi. Like, as soon as you pop, they up in the bathroom, wiping the cooch, and they back out there. Here, they'll layer on you all day. You just keep feeding them, and you pay that one entry price, and hey, you rock out as long as you want. Not sure. I just clicked that. Me in Thailand in November. What part of November do the most tourists get there? November, still a month, bro. So I would say all of it, because like Halloween is big there, right? Which is literally the last day of October. The last day of October, so early November. And then you had a November going into December. So, I mean, you know, no question, it's a silly question. November is a whole month. It's only a month. It's only 30 days. November is a good month. It wouldn't really matter, man. That whole, from probably not September-ish, but definitely October to December, January is all high season. That's all high season. November is like the middle of high season. Even October is high season. October is kind of high season. November is very high season. December is still, even into New Year's. You got a trip that our winter is not the winter. So, and it's just like that in the Brazil too. Like, even though it's different in different parts of America, right? You know, different climates, but still largely the winter, November, December is snow, is winter, right? Over there, November, December is hot, and it's their high season. So November is their high season. November and December into January. So it doesn't matter. You're going to get to November. Because you said November, that even tells me you probably did some research. Because that's the time to go. So if you're going to go, just go. There's no stupid questions, just kind of silly questions. Just go in November, bro. You'll be lit. Yeah. So now that's a better question. Small sample pool here in 2 days with only 2 joint links. And also from the other information I got and from my little various and judging from my brother's situation, it's on par. It's on par. It's probably, I don't know if I can say this, maybe a little bit better. It's about the same. It's about the same. They do say that Philippines is more GFE. Philippines is more GFE. You know, I don't even really trip on that. You know, I'm a robot monger. That's what I am. But when in Rome, do as the Romans. So technically, you could say that the Philippines service might kind of outclass Thailand a little bit, maybe. They're neck and neck. It's Asia. The Asian experience is me being the both, right? Me being the Thailand for 5 times and now being here in Philippines for 2 days. Very similar. And these Filipinos, you know, they submissive. They're with it. Follow instructions. It's night and day. Oh, it don't even count with DR Sasua. It don't even count. You know. So the only place that rivals the Brazilian service is Asia, is Thailand. And now I guess Philippines. But believe it or not, traditionally, Brazilians have good service, man. The Brazilians have good, decent service in Brazil. They do. Asia one-ups them. Now, everything is everything, right? Because it's a trade-off. Just like you're losing them fantastic Dominican DR booties, right? You're losing the DR booties. But, you know, you get the Brazilian woman, ooh, you kind of lose that Brazilian body to the slender Asian body, but the service goes up. So, right? Everything's a trade-off, man. Everything's a trade-off. You lose that Brazilian body for excellent Asian service, right? So now when I say Asian service, you're saying Thailand and Philippines, they're about neck and neck. From what I see, they're neck and neck. And I hear, and I'm kind of seeing too, I hear that Philippines has even more GFE than Thailand. So here it is, the Asian service is better. Asian service is better. And Philippines have more GFE than Thailand. Winning. Should this get your ass to Asia? I would say, if you can do both, do both. So now my recommendation, if you only can do one, skip Philippines and go to Pattaya. I mean, why? It's called a pre-turn up for a reason, right? It's a pre-turn up. It's a pre-turn up to the real turn up. So if you only can do one, take your ass to Thailand. But if you can squeeze in 2, then do a pit stop. Stop here in Philippines. And maybe you can do longer than 5 days. We just doing 5 days. Maybe you can do a week. Now I think about it. If I have more time, Philippines is cool enough where I want to give it more time. Because I can start to see, it's only the second day and the third day, right? And the first day I was out of it from the jet lag and 13-hour flight. I can see the vibe. I'm starting to see the vibes. First 48 hours, I'm starting to see the vibes. So maybe one full week of Angel City to really figure it out. But it is what it is. This would definitely be my repertoire. When I come back to Thailand again, I'm pretty much always going to do a 1-2 punch. I'm pretty much always now going to do a Philippines, Thailand, like so many other brothers do, right? And some of them, you know, they might not do it every trip. There might be some, like every other trip, they might skip the Philippines and go straight to Thailand. But I can see building up, you know, my Philippine reps, you know, building up my Philippine reps. I can see that. So in the future when I come to Thailand, I plan to pretty much stop in the Philippines. And I, you know, as a pre-turn up. It's a pre-turn up, but it's not Thailand. Thailand is, there's only one. You know, I read somewhere, and I believe it. They say Thailand is the number one sex tourist destination on planet Earth, on Earth 616, right? In this multiverse. Out of 192 countries on planet Earth, what they call a soul, Thailand is king. It is Thailand. But outside of Thailand, you have Philippines. You have Vietnam, Cambodia, Laos, Japan, all this shit. So on my next Thailand trip after this one, I do plan to go to Vietnam and maybe Cambodia. It's not going to happen on this Thailand trip. It's not. Again, this trip was for my brother, my younger big brother, for his birthday. This trip was for his birthday. He wanted to go to Asia. He wanted to go to Thailand. I'm still going to Africa, so I squeezed this trip in for him. But on my next, when I do Thailand number 7, oh yeah. Don't stop, won't stop. When I do Thailand number 7, I plan to do Vietnam and Cambodia, right? Do an Asia tour with Elijah, my man. Yeah, it's lit. Use these passports, man. We got the passports for a reason. Don't just work and just be a working slave, man. You know, I'm going to share something. I have a auntie who is my great auntie because she's my mom's auntie. Yeah, she's my mom's auntie. So that makes her my great auntie. And she's 90 years old. 90. We just celebrated her 90th birthday, I think in February. I can't remember. It might have been February, a couple months ago. We went to her church, you know, little old lady. Her church threw her 90th birthday party. I took off work to go. That's my auntie, great auntie, 90 years old. She looks like she's 60, like she looks late 60s. Black don't crack, man. She does well. She looks late 60s, like an older lady, like 60s, not even 70s, and she's 90. You know, I got good genetics in my family. I'm 52. I bring her up, my 90-year-old great auntie, because her dementia that was diagnosed about a year ago just got kind of kicked in a few months ago. She's not really remembering all the family, you know, the family faces or whatever. Some she do, some she don't. It comes and goes. And so the weekend, right before I left, matter of fact, so that Saturday before I had the live with Ice City, shout out to Ice City, earlier in that daytime, I met with my bro, my mom, shout out to mom, and my auntie. You know, I always try to hang out with moms before I go overseas, you know, just in case, right? So I normally, my mom lives up in the state capital. She lives up in Sacramento in California, Sacramento. So I normally drive up to Sac. I have lady friends up in Sac. I do what I do. I party in Sac. And then for Saturday, so that Sunday, before I drive back, I normally take my mom like to Sunday brunch or whatever, you know, and sit down and chop it up with Mom Duke, right? This Saturday, she had came out here to Oakland because my auntie live out here. Blah blah blah. I bring her. I'm going somewhere with this. So we're having dinner, and so I'm talking to my 90-year-old auntie who has dementia and doesn't really recognize most of the family and don't even really remember me like that. So my mom just says, just to make conversation, she says to her auntie, my great auntie, you know, the boys here, me and my brother, they're going to Asia next week. Yeah, I said, oh my, yeah, they going over to Thailand. So my 90-year-old auntie who has dementia, who don't even remember my name and don't even remember my face, she kicked in, you know, I went to Germany and we flew down to LA, Los Angeles, LAX. And from LAX, we went to Frankfurt, Germany, had a good time, and blah, 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 blah. And she was just talking all about her trip in Germany. And then how she flew back to LA, Los Angeles, and back home. And I was like, look at that. Dementia. She don't even remember who I am. But when we talked about travel, her brain jumped back to her Germany trip. I say that and I share my personal information. You don't know none of my names, so it don't matter. I'm just saying. Make memories, man. Take trips, man. You got a passport, use it. You're going to get old one day, and anything can happen. Make memories. Go on these trips. You know, obviously we got money. We work every day. Don't stop just being a wage slave, going to work and work and the work and the work. And yeah, you making money. You're stacking money. You're stacking it for a rainy day. You're stacking money. Do something for yourself, man. Get off the couch. Book a flight. Go somewhere. It ain't got to be way to Asia, right? But go somewhere. Go to DR, I guess, right? Big Boss gives you permission to go to DR. Go somewhere. Use your passport and travel for yourself. Now, I travel the fuck. You know what it is. I travel to bust it up. But whatever you travel for. Maybe you might just want to travel to look at some sites. And when I go to Egypt, I will be looking at the sites of Egypt. I'm not going to Egypt to monger, okay? I am not going to Egypt to monger. I'm going to Kenya to monger. But travel. My 90-year-old auntie, great auntie who had dementia, don't even remember my name. She remembered all about her Germany trip going to Frankfurt, Germany. Lodged in her mind. Make memories, go on trips. Stop being cheap. Spend the money. Go somewhere. Stop making excuses. Oh, the flight too long. You can do what you want to do. Niggas and Negroes do whatever they want to do. If you really want to do it, you'll do it. And then you make excuses for other stuff. You make excuses. There's ways to do it. Book an overnight flight that leaves like 1 in the morning at 12 midnight. Book an overnight flight. You know? Just fucking go. Go somewhere. You know, it is what it is. That being said, so in this segment, I'm going to land this plane with this. Because it's going to come out anyway. It probably don't necessarily have to come out in this live. But why not? Before I end the stream and join my friend over there for round 2. This trip's for my brother. My younger big brother, who looks like E40. He really looked like E40, right? E50. He wanted to go to Asia for his birthday to see something he never seen before. Tried to get him to go to DR Sasua. Oh man, the DR Sasua chicks are ratchet. The DR Sasua chicks look like Oakland. Well, he's not lying. So I said, okay, you want to go to Thailand? We're gonna make a pit stop in Philippines for a couple of days first. Fine, I don't care, as long as we go. I said, okay, fine. And you're paying for some of my flight. Fine, okay, fine. Deal. We only here for a few days. We're here for a few days in Philippines before we go to Thailand. My brother met a chick. First night in the club, Mega Dance. Again, Mega Dance is the spot here in Philippines. Angeles City is Mega Dance. Everybody goes to Mega Dance. Mega Dance is their 808. Mega Dance in Angeles City is the 808 of Patia, right? Mega Dance is their 808, and I guess their flex would be Elite. You leave Mega Dance and you go to Elite. But Mega Dance, the first night, he met a cool, thick Thai chick. Kind of like brown skin, thick. I don't know if she mixed. I don't know if she got black in her somewhere, Tiger Woods. He rocked out, vibe with her. She went back with him to the room, all the shit. So last night at the club, I didn't see my brother all day yesterday, but I was busy uploading stuff on my membership. Shout out to JT. I was busy all day getting stuff ready to dump on my membership. Join my membership. I'm doing that. I'm basically YouTubing during the daytime. I don't see my brother to the club last night. And my brother say, "You're going to be mad at me." I said, "Why would I be mad at you? You know, we're out here on vacation. Me and my brother, me and my real life blood brother. Same mama, different daddies. Same mama, my real blood brother. We out here vibing. We kicking it. Why would I be mad at you?" My brother said, "Now the internet, y'all gonna have a time with this one. But y'all gonna know anyway as you follow me. And he's gonna be on camera with me. And she is most likely gonna be on camera with me. So you're gonna find out anyway, right?" My brother say, "My friend I just met last night, she's coming to Thailand with us." What? What are you talking about, bro? She's coming to Thailand? The chick you just met last night, and you met her one night? Bro, what is going on? We're here to have fun, bro. You met her in the club last night. That's cool. You took her home from the club. That's what you're supposed to do. That's cool. I didn't hear from you all day. I figured you was with her all day because here, GFE is very big. GFE is very big in Philippines. They will be with you until you tell them to go, for the most part. Like, you never can say 100%, right? You said you never can say, but 80-85%, that's the vibe. 80-85%, the vibe. You pay that price. They stay with you until you release them, tell them to go. Cool vibes. GFE vibes. I see my brother, night number 2, 48 hours. Night number 2 at the club. The girl he met on the first night, he's still with her the second night. I guess he's going to be with her for the whole trip, 5 days. Then he said, she's coming to Thailand. I say, what? And I already paid. What? I already booked. Now, mind you, it's cheap-ish, right? Because we're already here. That flight, I think the flight is like 3 hours. So it's not an in-country flight because it is a different country. But like, we're right here, right? So I remember even when me and my brother, when we booked our flights to come here, had same airline, but, different ticket, so from San Francisco to the Philippines, and then from the Philippines to Thailand, I think it's like 3 hours, if that. 2 or 3 hours. So it's a quick flight. So that flight probably barely $100 or so or whatever. And especially, you notice things get cheap. That's why some people like to use VPNs. Hello. They like to use VPNs. The VPN, as a lot of you technical jargon know, when you use the VPN, it doesn't really have your location, right? So flights are cheaper sometimes when you book them in the country. If they know you booking them from the States, they know you got money, right? You booking from the States, same flight, you know, but then it wouldn't be the same flight because you'd be in the States, whatever. But blah, 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 blah. It's still cheaper in country, and it's already a cheap flight. So yes, I get it. The flight is cheap, maybe $100 or so, whatnot, but still, bro, you wanted to see something different. Whole nother country. We haven't got to that country yet. We're still here in a pit stop pre-turn up. Philippines was only supposed to be a pit stop before I show you the bigger turn up, which is Thailand. And you're already going to Thailand with the chick. Have at it, YouTube. You're just gonna find out anyway. So, hey, this is his trip. This is the trip for my brother for his birthday. I'm just along for the ride, and while I'm here, I'm gonna do what it do. Hello, I'm gonna get my ones and twos in, and why not? And get some footage for the channel. Perfect time. Then I started my members only, my membership. So, perfect time to grab footage for my membership. Go back to Thailand, number 6. Why not? But this trip was for my brother, not even me. It was left to me. I wouldn't have quite did this trip at all, and my Africa trip would have been bigger. So real fast, my Africa trip was supposed to consist of 3 countries: Egypt, Kenya, and South Africa. Egypt, Kenya, South Africa. Because of this trip, I took away the South Africa. And it's going to be Egypt and Kenya. So if I didn't do this trip, I'll be adding in South Africa. So I wasn't going to even do this trip. I'm only doing it for my brother. So this is his trip. He can do it how he want to do it. Now, you know, agreements, disagreements, airing out family dirty laundry on the internet. But it's my fault. I put it on the internet first. If he's on my other stuff, we're going to be around like the next whatever. So you guys are going to see it. Do you hear it here? My brother, yes, Big Boss brother, is taking a chick from Philippines to Thailand. Oh, man. So have at it, YouTube. But that's what it is. So, like I say, this is the halfway point. I'm going to do another official live the day before we leave. Maybe tomorrow. I doubt I might do one tomorrow. I mean, I'm most likely would do a members only. I'm going to do my first members only live probably tonight or tomorrow. And I'll do another public live like this Monday or no, Tuesday, the day before we leave, Tuesday, the day when we leave. That'd be 96 hours, right? So this live is the first 48, and that would be the last 96. The first 48 and the last 96. My opinion after 2 days, and then my opinion after 4 days. It really be 5. That'll give me more time when I come back on. I have something to talk about. I would have experienced more stuff. I probably would have go through some more shit. I have more stories for you. That'll give me enough time for something to talk about. In the meantime, I'm gonna start putting this stuff on my members only, and I'll probably go live tonight or tomorrow for my members only, and I'll do a big public one like this Tuesday before we leave, But then we leave here, go to Bangkok. We're going to be lit. So just stay tuned because, oh man, it's just getting started. This is literally a pre-turn up before the turn up. Oh man, not the boss. Biggitty, Iggitty, 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 Wiggity. Man, with the sauce. Oakland, California, man. Oh, man. That what?
Who do the hiring and the firing? That's the boss. Who the man in Oakland? That's the boss. Lame talk, oh man, not the boss. Biggity, Wiggity, Boss-O-Leeny with the sauce. Travel bros catching flight, not for love. Boss-O-Leeny up in here to bust it up. Talking dirty, you don't like it, hit the tub. TLC, keep it pop. I'm a thug. Real talk,
all right,
over
y'all.
here. We don't feel y'all. No. Real talk, pillow whisper, that's that squeal talk. Woo. I don't feel y'all, dog, like you real lost. Too much imitation. Get you peeled off. Yeah, big Boss-O-Leeny. He shrimp linguine. You never see me disappear like Houdini. Don't call me for no favors, unless it's real talk. Straight up out of Oakland, that's that big boss. Who do the hiring and the fun? That's the boss. Who the man in Oakland? That's the boss. Lame talk, oh man, not the boss. Biggity, Wiggity, Boss-O-Leeny with the sauce.